Hello, gentle gardeners. November is here, and most of the gardening world is slowing down. But for us, it's the prime time for soil building. We're not talking about expensive amendments or backbreaking tilling. We're talking about a completely free, entirely passive, and absolutely vital practice that will transform your garden beds for next spring. Forget buying peat moss or fertilizer next year. We're creating a natural soil sponge and nutrient bank right now. Today, we're building DIY leaf mold beds using materials you can find for free, ensuring a full year of nutrient-rich soil and zero tilling. The core ingredient for this gardening magic is the humble autumn leaf. Leaves are nature's perfect soil conditioner. They're free, abundant, and incredibly rich in trace minerals that trees have spent all year pulling from deep in the earth. When decomposed into leaf mold, they become the ultimate sponge, holding up to 500% of their weight in water, which is a game-changer for moisture retention in your herb beds. While pure leaf mold is excellent for this do-it-yourself soil fix bed, we're adding a nitrogen kick to accelerate decomposition and create a richer, more fertilizer-like product. The ideal free nitrogen source is spent coffee grounds. If you don't drink coffee, just pop down to your local cafe. They're often happy to give away buckets of grounds. The perfect ratio for building these beds is roughly 4 parts shredded leaves to 1 part coffee grounds by volume. If you don't have coffee grounds, finely chopped green grass clippings or aged manure work as well, but the grounds are easy, clean, and offer a great structure. For instance, if you fill a 5-gallon bucket with coffee grounds, you'd need 4 5-gallon buckets of leaves. We use leaves from maples, oaks and fruit trees, avoiding black walnut and eucalyptus leaves due to their allelopathic properties. So, we have 2 incredibly effective methods for building these DIY leaf mold beds in November, and, well, both of them are pretty much passive until spring. Now, let's talk about the leaf mold cage method. This one's just perfect for areas where you want to build a deep, rich, permanent bed. All you need to do is take 4 old wooden pallets, a bit of chicken wire, or even some scrap fencing, and, create a 3-foot by 3-foot enclosure. It doesn't really need a roof or even a proper base. It just needs to hold the material, that's all. All right, so step 1 is to start with a 6-inch layer of shredded leaves. This forms the first layer, providing the essential carbon your compost needs. Shredding is absolutely key here. Running a lawnmower over the pile is by far the fastest way to break those leaves down, and it really does speed up the whole process quite a bit. Next, for step 2, you'll want to spread a 1.5-inch layer of moist coffee grounds over the leaves. This adds that all-important nitrogen to your compost mix. Now, moisture is really important here. Water each layer thoroughly, aiming for the dampness of a wrung-out sponge. This is a critical step for, encouraging all that microbial activity to get going. Next, just keep repeating the process, layering until the cage is full. The contents will compact pretty rapidly, so don't be surprised. This bed will cook passively all winter, and by next spring it'll be ready to plant straight into or use as a rich top dressing. The garden trench method. Well, this one's perfect for fixing up existing poor soil or getting future planting rows ready. It's a simple but effective approach, really. Right, so you'll want to use a garden fork or, a flat-bladed shovel to dig a trench that's about 12 inches wide and 12 inches deep in the garden bed area you want to enrich. Now, instead of discarding the soil you dug out, just fill the trench directly with the 4-to-1 mix of shredded leaves and coffee grounds. Give it a good tamp down as you go, step by step. Next, soak the mixture with water until it's fully saturated. It's important, really, to make sure the whole lot is good and wet. Now, cap it off by using the soil you removed to cover the trench, forming a, slightly raised mound over the filled leaf mould material. This trench will slowly break down over the winter. By spring, the leaves will have collapsed, creating an incredibly rich, crumbly and aerated environment. You can then sow seeds or transplant directly on top of the trench. This process, completely bypasses the need for tilling. The microbial life does the work, and the resulting leaf mould acts as a slow-release, natural fertilizer. The sheer genius of doing this work in November is that it transforms an immediate waste product, those fallen leaves, into an essential resource that saves you time, money and effort for the entire following season. By building these beds now, you're, eliminating tilling. The decaying leaves create massive aeration, making the soil light and fluffy. You won't need to turn the soil. Guaranteeing free fertilizer is really quite straightforward, The rich, finished leaf mould and spent grounds provide essential nutrients and humic material, meaning you won't need to purchase or apply synthetic fertilizers. Improving water retention is another wonderful benefit. Your herbs and vegetables will be far more resilient to summer heat and drought, as the leaf mould holds moisture exactly where the roots need it. Imagine plunging your hand into a bed you built last November. Instead of hard, compacted earth, you feel a dark, chocolate-brown, crumbly material that smells sweetly of earth and forest. This is the finished leaf mould compost. It's light, airy and full of life. This material is, the gardener's gold standard. A perfect soil structure, a rich source of micronutrients and, a free, renewable resource. Use this finished product as a top dressing, a planting medium or a mulch. The quality is simply unmatched by anything you can buy in a bag. Do yourself and your garden a huge favour. Embrace the November leaf fall. Build your DIY leaf mould beds this month. You're not doing chores. You're investing in a year of effortless, bountiful gardening. If this passive soil-building technique resonates with your own gentle approach to gardening, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a tip that saves you time and money. Share this guide with a gardening friend who's looking for a truly free fix for their soil. Happy building!